What is up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Start, Build, Grow Show. I am ecstatic about today's guest. Man, my man is a roofing contractor, a philanthropist, a recording artist, and an all-around epically good dude that I'm excited to introduce you to. So stay tuned for the Start, Build, Grow Show. All right, everybody. As I not so eloquently put it, my man, Donavan Morgan with Roofs by Don. You know him. You've seen him on social media. You've seen him on TV. You've seen him recording artist, philanthropist. My man is having an incredible impact on the industry. You know, I see you. I know our guests and our people see you, my man, and I'm grateful that the stars aligned and your agent and my people got to get with your people. We were able to make this happen. Take time out of your day. My man, you're on. Donavan Morgan, bro, appreciate you joining us. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. I feel like I have to kind of make it official, so hold on, let's see if I'm able to do it. I feel like every superhero has a theme song.
Yeah,
so you got to play the theme song in the background.
Yep. Let's go.
We building roofs. I'm talking every single day. Hey.
I love it. Hey, so I'm not gonna lie, that's the first, right? Don shows up to the show. He's got a theme song.
We gotta play the theme song,
bro. I was just doing my research, you know, and I checked out you guys' website. Man, you guys are just killing the branding. You got a dang music video every single day. I'm like literally jamming. I'm like, man, this is in my head now. I can't go throughout my day without saying back in my head every single day. Like, it's
exactly.
I love it, man. I love your energy. We've got the chance to connect in the industry. I see you in traditional fashion on the show, man. This show's all about sharing the entrepreneurial journey in the roofing space, right? We bring contractors, owners, entrepreneurs of all, not just roofers, but all different shapes and sizes. But part of the storyline is, how did you get into roofing? How did roofing find you, my friend? And I love it. I specifically say it that way because I believe, you know, I've done, 300 episodes of this show. So for those of you just tuning in and just listening, make sure to subscribe, like click the button, go check out some of our other content. We got a new show coming out every week, and the entrepreneurial journey and roofing. We don't find roofing, man. Nobody wakes up and I'm going to be a roofer today.
I want to be a roofer.
No, man. Roofing finds you. How did roofing find you, man?
Great question. I was doing moving. So I owned a moving company in Florida, Fort Lauderdale. And when I was doing moving, I was doing pretty good, pretty successful, bought a Benz, things like that. But the quality of life is a little bit different with the moving industry, where the price usually always changes and the homeowner doesn't have a great experience at the end, even if you do the best job ever. So I moved to Atlanta, and I wanted to find a different line of work, but I still wanted to make over $100,000, things like that. And at the end of the day, I found a job, a sales and marketing job. I'm real good in sales, just naturally. And I found a sales and marketing job, but it happened to be AT&T. And they kind of tricked me into that. And it ended up being door to door. So I was doing door to door for a little bit. I broke a record my first week being at AT&T. And while I was out there, I ran into a roofing owner. And he was like, hey, I see you door knocking, and you know, for exactly what you're doing for AT&T, you could be doing the same thing for roofing, but you could be making way more money. And at the time, I was in his area, that territory, for like 2 days, and I was on my 8th sale. So I was like, you know what, I'm good right now. I'm the top producer where I'm at. I'm okay. Just happens down the line, they ended up messing up my paycheck, and the roofing company called me again twice. And the second time that they called me, they were real persistent. They were just like, we really need you. We heard you're real good. And I was like, you know what? AT&T owes me $1,350. If you give me that, I'll come in. And they're like, no problem. I was like, oh, shoot. So I went into the office, and that's kind of how, you know, everything started. I went there. There were 5 people in the office. They had a contest that week. Whoever got the most contingencies wins $500. And the person that won got 2 contingencies that week. And not to say anyway about with appearances, but it happened to be that he had one arm. I found out later that it was a car accident.
Yeah.
But me being competitive, walking into a space, just imagine the athlete, They say we're going to play basketball, and the person who won right now, the first time, has one arm. Like, hold on, when's the next contest, So I asked for the next contest the next week. I got 5 contingencies that first week. Granted, only one got approved. I didn't know what I was looking for at first. Yep. But I got 5, and then the first 3 months I brought them 50 different sales reps, recruiting wise.
Ooh, okay.
And that first year I brought them from 1.2 million to 10.4 million dollars in sales. So from there, I worked with them 2 more years, and then I decided to do it for myself.
Yeah, man, that's an epic story. And what I'm gathering, and one of the big takeaways, and it's similar to my story too, man. Well, you had already had a little success. Like, I came in broke, no job. Well, had a little bit of a job, but not one, not paying the bills, not making any sort of real money. And when I first got into roofing, it was saying I had no home, no nothing. It got to this big storm happened. It got connected with this roofing owner, and he was like, "Hey man, here's a contract, here's a pitch, here's how you do this. Go knock doors, you can make money." And I'm like, "Okay." So we went out, I grabbed my brother. We went out that first weekend after a big storm in Denver in 2009, and got 12 contingencies signed at the time. We don't. That's a whole different world nowadays. Contingency versus I had 12 signed, and one day I'm like, holy crap, I might have gone to something. I'm okay at this, and proceeded to try to do the same thing, man. That competitive spirit was just like I wanted to win, and I wanted to try to be at the top and win all the contests. But my takeaway though is that you didn't have it all figured out. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, man. I barely could tell you I didn't even know what drip edge was. I didn't know rake eve. I had no clue barely what a shingle. I was selling tri-lams and didn't even realize it. I was like, oh, those are good roofs. What shake? What's that? And I think that's a key takeaway though. I've done a ton of interviews, and I've met so many people in this industry, and there's a big difference between those that are really that is really successful, is that they jump off the dang bridge and start building their wings. They don't build the machine and figure it all out and know everything about roofing and everything about everything before they leap in and make their move. They just see an opportunity, they rely on instinct, and they go for it.
Yep.
And then at that point, at some point there's a switch that then you start to realize, okay, I'm onto something. I'm got some talent, right? Just the sports metaphor.
Yep.
Talent can only get you so far. But talent mixed with drive, mixed with effort, mixed with learning, a desire can build champions.
100%.
And that's what happened, man. You got in quickly, learned how to recruit and double down. So I love that, man. 10 minutes. So talk about getting started, man. You started your own business. How long ago was that? And how's that journey been?
So first we had our sales and marketing company. It was Ghost for Sales, and I paired that with the roofing company that I was working with, mainly because I was doing all the recruiting, but I wasn't necessarily getting good overrides for them, so I kind of formulated my own thing. But once I started my own company, Roofs by Don, that started January 1st, 2021. So we're officially 2 years in business now. Man. And so we passed the 2-year mark because, they say roofing companies, they usually don't make that mark, Yeah. But once we started, it really started off of weird story, but usually people have this story where they work with an old company, they don't get paid, they start their own thing. So
change the record, right?
Right.
Like, we've all heard that story, unfortunately, way too many times.
So the remix of this story, the Roofs by Don version of that, is basically the same thing. They didn't necessarily pay out towards the end once they realized that I was going to be parting ways. And to one up the story is that they actually, because I was recruiting so much people, and I had the sales team was basically the people that I recruited, I wanted a raise. It was becoming the end of the year, and I wanted a raise. But instead of entertaining me with that, they decided to poach my guys. So, hey, this is what Don is making. This is how much you could be making if you work with us directly. And they ended up poaching nine of my guys at the time. So when that happened, I was trying to be loyal to a fault. So I want to rock their jersey, so to speak, until the end of my career. I want to be like Michael Jordan. I'm on one team. I don't leave until I'm done, And once that happened, it kind of just shook things up a little bit. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing. I'm the one that's doing the marketing anyway. I'm the one that's getting the sales guys. It doesn't make sense to be getting taken advantage of from the people I'm trying to help. So that's when I started my own thing and got the ball rolling. What was real cool is that I was doing social media, like marketing with Roost by Don. That was just my Instagram name.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
was Roost by Don, powered by the company I was working for. So once it's transitioned, everybody's like, this should just be the company name since you're Instagram already, and since you're starting to get a following. And it was real easy for me to get like distribution deals, like rebates, things like that, with the manufacturers. Just having people want to work with me in the industry because they seen what I was doing on social media. So I feel
Yep.
like that was a real good part of as far as our growth and be able to grow, fast.
Yeah. I love that. And it comes up all the time. How do I market? How do I grow? I mean, everyone has a question, right? How do I build? How do I grow my business? And
Hmm.
even myself, it was I had a chance. I was at a conference, and Gary V was the speaker, right? And
Okay.
at this point, I had already I've read his book, his previous book, like a couple of his previous books, and been following him and kind of put it all together in that moment where I had a chance, the whole audience of like 1,000 people, I had to ask him a question of,
Hmm.
hey, how do I had just written my book, the behind me, the start it, build it, grow it, the Contractor's Guide to Success. I had just written that, haven't published it. It was just coming out. And I'd asked him, I was like, what's your best advice to promote a new book? And he said, hand-to-hand combat. I'm like, hand-to-hand combat, what is that? And he kind of elaborated on that. He was like, you gotta be a media company. Social media, you got to put yourself out there and email everybody, tell the whole world, every single person needs to know what you're up to.
Facts.
Whether you're a roofing salesperson or an author or whatever it is. So that social media is, man, it's powerful. And at the time, like, candidly, I do these shows. I'm not a huge fan. I don't like posting on social media. I don't like doing that, but it's like become necessary. And how I've kind of, learned to appreciate it is because, regardless, and I don't even pay attention to likes and subscriptions and shares. I don't get into all that because I don't like the emotional, like, oh no, I didn't get as many likes as Don on this video. Like, I don't like to get into all that because I just tell myself, if there's one person out there that is watching this show right now or is listening to this show right now and hears something that Don has to say or hears something that I have to say that inspires them to make a move, to do something to change their life, to enhance their life or enhance their business, it's a win. And I think I say that because I think there's a lot of people out there that are a little bit hesitant and maybe like not comfortable doing the social media thing. I was that same way. I still am in a little bit in some context, but I can't tell you enough how I get people reaching out all the time. Like, you and I wouldn't even be connected if it weren't for like, oh, Don's doing this. Let's get him on the show. So I encourage y'all out there. You want to build a brand for yourself, build a brand for your business. Man, there's so many amazing free tools in social media. You gotta have a social media strategy, especially going into this year, 2024. Social media strategy is going to be very, very important this year.
Huge.
So I'm going to go, man, I got a million questions. I want to learn all about you, brother. So let's stick to the business side, right? You came in, you had a great social media following. You were able to go quick. You learned knocking, canvassing and door to door. You learned how to recruit early, all things that are like incredible.
Thank you.
What were the challenges, man? You started a business that's
the challenge.
It's like, okay, I could do all this. I could post, I could make videos, I could do the things, but now I got to run a business.
Part is that, yeah, that's a great question. I think what you said was kind of like, it summed up where I feel like maybe the things that was maybe usually hard for some people came easy to me.
Yeah.
Like as far as like sales, the marketing, I'm like, yeah, I can do that easy, no problem. But really, as far as, because I'm a creative, I used to do music and things like that. So, so I could do marketing instead of 101. I feel like we're doing marketing 10/10,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when it comes to the business side now, as far as just learning just different things, running the business, taxes, dealing with the distributors, accrual accounting. So like realizing that, yeah, I might have a job, but all the money doesn't come in right away, right?
Yep.
So you have to kind of like balance stuff, So just things like that. Some things that I guess would be the basics if you go to like a business school,
Yeah.
It's one thing, a business plan, right? So everyone always says you have to have a business plan. So I have a business plan. I made my idea, they made the business plan for me, like a blueprint. But I feel like I told them what house I wanted, designed the house. They made the blueprint for me. And now I'm looking at the blueprint. I'm like, what's next? okay, I
Yep.
got the blueprint now, but how to actually build this house, you know? So I
Yeah.
feel like even small things like that, it's really just learning business. So like I have my business plan, but do people really use their business plan? Like, do they actually use it as a roadmap, or do people have one but they don't? They just think they have to have one. Are they
Yeah.
actually using things correctly? So just things like that, which might be real simple, like business 101, was kind of like making where it's professional, like where I'm not playing at the park anymore. I'm playing
Yeah.
in the major leagues.
Yep.
So when you play at the park, I could put up 100 points and I look cool. But when you're in the major leagues, there's rules and there's plays that you have to know. So that way it's organized
Yep.
basketball. So that kind of thing. Just getting
Yep.
organized.
Yeah, I love all the sports analogies. I'm a big sports guy myself, you know, and what comes to mind is the fundamentals,
Yes.
right? I mean, we all see the highlight reel. I'm a huge
Exactly.
Jordan guy, my guy. Like, we all see the highlight reels, but what we
Mm-hmm.
don't see is the fact that he was in the gym
Fundamentals.
before everybody. He left the
Mm-hmm.
gym after everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He had to hit a certain number of shots and make a certain number of, you know,
He knows the full playbook.
fundamentals he had to work on every single day in
Mm-hmm.
order to be great, or in order to be the absolute best. And I think apply that to business and the fundamentals. It's okay. Don't downplay business 101, because
Exactly. Don't
none of
skip
us
it.
who went to business school. Like, I mean, I went to business school, but I learned how to party, and I learned
Exactly.
some really key things on like the finances and stats. And I'm very grateful for what I learned from business school. You know, it gave me a huge leg up early on, but the reality of it is I learned everything by just showing up and doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of
Same
the
exact
biggest
thing.
things that I had to learn, you know, I tend to be really high vision and real creative myself. And I learned early on, after making all mistakes and paying a lot of dumb tax,
Mm-hmm.
that I had to find people and empower them. And I had a God-given ability to find talent and like kind of see
Yeah.
talent in people that they may not even see in themselves. And
Mm-hmm.
once I figured that out, man, I was like, all right, I'm gonna put this person in this role and this person in this role and help nurture that and help grow them. And then I'm just gonna get out of the way. And
Yep.
boom, guess what? Explosions, things just happen, and people just start to evolve and become incredible versions of themselves. And then now
You're
I
able to
can
scale.
really, and then we're able to scale our business. It becomes that art. It's like an art, finding great
Yes.
people and empowering them to then take your business to where it's going to go.
Exactly.
How is your, sounds like you've kind of, you're in that space now where it's,
Yeah, I feel like
a couple
I'm
years
mastering
in.
the scaling. So like we're scaling. We have the basic stuff like a project manager. We have inspectors. We have a supplement team. Yeah, we actually have a back office now. Quality control. We have a solid marketing team that just helps on different marketing. Um, yeah, so we're definitely scaling, and we actually just started franchising.
Okay.
So yeah, we just got our franchise license, our FDD, because our vision is to be the biggest, the most known roofing company in the world. So
Okay.
I feel like to be that, then you have to be in different places, right? Like McDonald's. Everybody knows McDonald's, right? McDonald's is a franchise. So we just started that as well. We have the Roof Museum, which is our nonprofit. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. We provide education and safety for the roofing industry. But with the Roof Museum and we having a roofing Hall of Fame in that museum is really just going to a testament of kind of like marketing. So I feel like when you're the best of the best at sports or music, you're in
Yep.
a Hall of Fame or you're in a museum. So with roofing, we didn't have that yet. So that's why we had to make the Roof Museum, the Roof Gallery.
Yeah.
That's why we do things like say theme songs. It's fun and everything. But more importantly, like when I think of marketing, say 10/10, Batman, for instance, every superhero has a theme song. And every superhero, usually when they're good, they have their own layer, their own place that they are. So that's the gallery. So I
Yeah.
feel like that all kind of goes hand in hand. So then eventually later on down the line, I could be what Tiger Woods is to golf, to roofing.
Yeah, I love it, man. You're on your way. Let's
Thank
you
you.
went there. I want to press into that. I mean, the philanthropy side of giving back. Like, where did that come from? Like, walk me through the process and give me,
To be
press me a little
honest,
bit on what the whole roof museum. I seen
yeah,
some bits and pieces on it, seen little videos and stuff, and
yes,
it's awesome. I think it's super creative and
thank
unique, and
you.
nobody's done it, but I think it's something that'll stick. So I want to learn more. Give me
Yeah,
the
so
background on that.
the Roof Museum is the first place where we can, one, highlight the greats in the industry. So I feel like to make things fun, I treat business like a sport. So roofing right now, I feel like is the less sexiest sport, kind of like golf, right?
Yeah.
Where there's not really like a main person, and the main reason why is because I feel like there's nowhere for people to be celebrated, so it doesn't really make people competitive like that. So with the Roof Museum, it allows us to we have a Hall of Fame. So we inducted some people into the Hall of Fame. We inducted John the Roof Pro, John Scenic. He has a continued shingles class. We inducted Dmitry Lipinski. He has roofing insight.
Yeah.
We inducted TJ McCormick, the world's greatest roofer. He gets like millions of views.
Yep.
Like every week.
Yep. I know every single one of them fairly well.
Also, Deshaun Bryant from Roof
Deshaun, my guy. Yep.
Yep. We got him inducted into the Roofing Hall of Fame as well. And then so we got the influencers out the way first, so we can get the word out. And then we're also going to be inducting more CEOs and founders. So like the founder of ICO, the CEOs of ICO, that was their dad. So the CEOs of ICO now are, the big heads of ABC, SRS, different things like that, you know?
Very cool.
So that way they get highlighted. We also do education classes once or twice a month. So we get people OSHA certified. We do, so we have different exhibitors. So they do classes here. So John the Roof Pro did a discontinued shingles class. We do social media training classes here with Liz for Biz, Business 4-in-1. We did a systems and processing class here, roof history. We do community events. So it's not just about roofing contractors, but getting the community involved. Homeowners, they need to know home safety, things like that. So we have 4th of July events. We did one for Halloween. We did one for Christmas, the Grinch Grand Heist. Basically just getting them involved, just making them, making roofing fun. So we have virtual reality goggles. We have different interactive experiences that they could do here as well. And that way, when roofing does come to their mind, when a storm does happen, then we're the go-to people that they know of. The Tiger Woods to golf, so to speak.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's awesome, man. You're definitely a trailblazer and all that, man. It's super
Thank
cool.
you.
I'm gonna update my vision board, right? And be like,
yes,
get to the Hall of Fame of roofing one day, right?
Exactly.
And we're kindred in that in a sense, because like if everyone who sees me, I'm kind of like, I'm known that like I always pretty much every day I got a different pair of Jordans on, right? And it ain't, it's trendy and everybody's got it's a thing, but like I've been doing that for a long time, right? Pretty much right when I got into roofing. And the reason is, for me, it's just that analogy I talked about earlier. It's like, if you want to be the best in your game, be the absolute best at what you do. For me, it's a constant reminder every morning when I can go in and pick which pair do I want today. Like, I'm putting these on as a representation of, I'm going to work hard today to try to be the best at what I do. And someday we'll get there, and it's just like those little nuances of life that we can kind of wrap our head around to kind of keep us motivated and keep that vision of trying to, work through the days where I'm like, man, I don't really want to do much today. I don't want to work. I'm stressed out. It's overwhelmed. You work through those challenges by having something to hold your hat on. Like in my case, that's why I do that. It's just a subtle reminder. Anytime I can just look down and be like, hey, go to work, and show up and do the work, 100%. Go get your reps in the gym, right?
Yep. And I just want to add too, February 1st, we have a Black History Month event. So one of the first ones in roofing, an actual physical event. We had one last year, so this is the first annual one. And we have a lot of different sponsors. So let me just get the name real quick so I don't mess it up. But during that event, though, we're doing an OSHA training event and getting everyone certified. And the main thing with that is it goes to our roof gallery and what our mission is. And it's basically, roofing is the 3rd deadliest job in the United States. I think in the world as well, but definitely in the United States, 3rd deadliest job. And getting OSHA certified in fall protection and ladder safety isn't a requirement. It's like, you should do this too, but it's not a necessity. And I feel like there's a disconnect between the owners of roofing companies and people who's actually on the roofs and the salespeople. And just at the end of the day, I feel like it's unethical to require someone to have a ladder and to climb a roof and to do inspections, but don't teach them the required safety, protocols, and then it being the 3rd most dangerous, deadliest job in the United States. Like, it doesn't make sense, Anything else, even if you drive a car, you get a driver's license because you can get in a car accident and die. So with this and being business and being people's lives, their actual lives, I feel like it needs to be something that's mandatory and not something that is you should do this. And as a roofing, as a salesperson for roofing, if I get hired for a job and you're not giving me a certification, you should be looking at your owners kind of funny, like you're requiring me to go on a roof, maintain 3 points of contact, but no one gave me these rules. You know, I haven't taken a test to see if I can actually do this. So it's not really, one is to protect the safety for the subcontractors, but even as a roofer, as a roofing owner, you're the one that's on the line, on the hook for these kind of things. Yep. So safety is very important, and I feel like again, it's something that's overlooked. It's something that needs to be on a national level. Like, you shouldn't be a roofer. You shouldn't start a week of roof or have a ladder without getting ladder safety or getting roof safety.
Absolutely, I agree. I'd support that 100%. I mean, we've been doing, and luckily, like you referred to it in our market. We, with the Colorado Roofing Association, they provide amazing resources and tools for all the local contractors here. And but that's not like that in other places. They're probably the best in the country as far as like a localized, association that they provide a lot of opportunities for training and safety and OSHA certification. So we take advantage of that as much as we possibly can, but we still can improve, right? Been doing this a long time. We still can sharpen that up. So making that a requirement 100%. And trying to fight for that, I think for those of you listening, that is an incredible takeaway, for somebody who may be just getting into the business or may not have been there a little while. It's not a matter of if, unfortunately, it's a matter of when. And
100%. And that's the thing.
Things are going to happen. Like someone's going to fall. Someone's going to hurt. Someone could very well die. And this is a very, and your insurance reflects on that as well. As far as, it's one of the highest insurance premiums as well because of the high risk that we deal with what we do each and every day. So just respecting what we do each day and the risk that our crews and that anyone on a job site takes each day. I think just raising awareness there is so important, man. I appreciate you and commend you for doing that.
Thank you. And it's funny because it didn't naturally start that way. It just started as, because I'm not in the I didn't start as a roofer, I started like just a salesperson, and then it's like, I'm now doing roofing sales, and it's like, hey, inspect this roof. I'm like, so you want me to climb this roof? Cougar paws, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, just get up there, don't fall, And it's at the end of the day, that's how usually everyone learns. You just have to man up. But that is not how you're supposed to do it. And although that has been what we've been doing since as long as all of us can remember, that doesn't mean that's the right thing to do. So we all just need to kind of reprogram ourselves in, if you're going to be in the roofing industry, you have to be certified. Even if it's not the full OSHA course, because they have different courses, at least get the bare minimum, which is the ladder safety and the fall protection, because everyone really needs that.
100% agree.
JobNimbus is a fully customizable back office solution.
Track leads, jobs, tasks from one easy-to-use software.
And with the largest ecosystem of integrated partners, if we don't do it, we have a friend who does.
Learn how the #1 back office system in roofing
can help you be efficient, be organized, be professional, and be profitable.
From day one, it was just shockingly different.
They did such a great job.
Extremely happy.
I have a salesperson that works 24/7.
We've worked with a lot of different agencies over the years, and I think we've found, just like most people in this room probably, that they're extremely frustrating, really annoying. Tim and his company is just light years apart from anybody we've ever experienced.
Honor of the late and great Nick Parrott.
I threw that over and just took on what going. Welcome to the show. Give us a minute. I'm going to shift gears, and as we start the process of seeing the landing and landing this plane, the media side, like, walk me through that, brother. Like, you guys content, you got a video, like, what's up? Yeah, we
gotta walk into the media room.
I want to see this. Let's go.
Because we're on air right now. So So right now I'm taking to the media room. This is our every single day room. Say what's up to
Yes,
Trey
sir.
Shot Me.
Yep. What's up, brother? Guest
So basically,
appearances.
with our as far as our media, yeah, we do a lot of things for the roofing industry. We do with the Roof Museum, we host a lot of different roofing podcasts. So when you're in Atlanta, we can host your podcast here at the Roof Museum.
Oh.
Yep. And with the media, basically, it just goes to our vision, which is I'm going to be the most known roofer in the world. Tiger Woods to golf. In golfing, I don't really know any other golfer but Tiger Woods. Just personally.
So you're not a golfer, right? That's right. That's all right.
Exactly, right? So the same thing with roofing. So I want to be that person. So with that, social media, I feel like plays a big part of that because just like an athlete. So again, you look at the people who are successful. So an athlete or the top music artists, their social media is like their highlight reel. It's how they market. So they're able to show forms of success, what's going on. It's how they keep up with their fans or their potential clients and things like that. So it's basically having your own channel. So without having my own channel, there's no way for people to get the information that I'm giving out and see everything, to be tuned in, to be subscribed to what I'm doing. So with the social, I feel like I started with the Roofs by Don. It kind of helped me getting some endorsements and things like that in the roofing industry, which again, athlete, I want to be like get endorsed like LeBron James with Nike. So with that, you have to be out there. You have to be seen. People have to know who you are to get those kind of things. So that's why we were real intentional with our social media. I used to do music too. Back in the day, so I had my own rap. I opened up for Lil Wayne before, different things like that. And cool. I just feel like with the roofing, that's just kind of what it was missing. It doesn't look as fun. It just looks like an old guy, dirty, construction boots. And that's what I picture, Yeah. So when you realize that there's different people in the space, that just people from all different kind of backgrounds, you can have a chain. That's why I wear my chain sometimes, things like that. So that way it's like, look, you could be yourself. But at the same time, I'm still doing roofing, and I can show my personality, and we can show how diverse we could be through our company, and I feel like that's what it's all about.
It's super cool. And I think the for me, what I'm getting, the biggest takeaway that I get on it is you're doing all the things, you're making all the content, you're committed to it, but the messaging and actual quality of content has to be dialed in. You got to be real. You got to be authentic or organic. And I could tell just from following you and from interviewing and having you on here that your intentionality is there, man. You're doing it for the right reasons. It's like, sure, you got this big platform, but all the things you're saying, you can just tell that your heart is in the right place. And that's what helps, get you where you're going, man. That's what's going to help you get you where you're trying to go, brother. Because if you're fake and if you're out there putting out a bunch of crap, like eventually, what stays in the dark is going to come out in the light at some point. You know what I mean? And you're a genuine dude. You put it out there, and I appreciate what you're doing in the business. Real quick, how is the media side, affected the business itself? And also too, I want to touch real quick, and then we'll start to wrap here. But on you were featured on TV as well, right? You guys had some sort of show
on HGTV.
Talk about that real quick. HGTV, like talk to me about that, and then talk to me about how the being intentional and being all in on the media side, how's that actually affected your business and the growth of your business?
Great question. So, do you know Jim Aline?
Yeah.
Yes. So yes. So he has he had a thing. It was like, do you want to be the best known roofer? Do you want to be the best roofer or the best known roofer? And I took that to heart as far as the question, because the best roofer, he's gonna know everything about a roof, right? A dormer, he's gonna know everything about it. And then the best known roofer, you're probably gonna make the most money because everybody knows you about it. So everybody's gonna come to you about it. And then as the best known roofer, you hire the best roofer, and now you're good. So I feel like with me, because I didn't come from a roofing family, I'm coming from sales and marketing background. I'm coming from music and do things like that, So as far as like with the HGTV, the first question, that was me being very intentional. As soon as I started my roofing company, the first month in, I said, we got to be on TV, because the best person, when you're the best of the best, you're usually on TV or you're in a Hall of Fame. So everything just goes hand in hand. So I contacted everybody on social media, on HGTV, all of the hosts, and in their DMs and said, I'm going to be the best roofer. I need to know you guys, and we need to do a project together. And it just so happens that one of the hosts actually contacted me back. His name was David Bromstad, the host of My Dream Lottery Homes. So it was one of the big shows on there.
All right.
And he actually needed his personal roof done. He had a roofer that just dropped out the week before. So it's just everything aligned perfectly, and we were able to jump on that project. And actually, for his personal house, is actually still gonna be airing. His whole home isn't done. We just did the roofing portion.
Gotcha.
Yes, yes. And then so from that, it's just about, again, wanting to be on the say, hey, we're gonna be on TV. And then even with that, once that kind of started rolling, every single day. So we have a reality show that's coming soon. But it all just kind of goes hand in hand, because we want to be the best known roofer in the industry, and then we're gonna make sure that we hire the best too. So everything goes hand in hand.
Awesome, man. Hey, brother, this has been an awesome show. For those of you who are listening and watching, you can connect. Literally, just type roofs. I didn't even type by Don.
Yep.
I typed roofs. Boom. Roofs by Don popped up. So you're everywhere. You're executing. You're making it happen.
Thank you.
You're representing this industry in an amazing way. You're doing big things. I appreciate that. But here's the thing. I got one last thing for you, man. I get to put you on the spot. In traditional fashion, the way we like to end the show with every guest, I'm going to ask you to give us a golden nugget. Okay. The audience is aspiring entrepreneurs, roofing contractors, people that want to make things happen, want to be like Don when they grow up, just like I want to be like Don when I grow up. Give me a piece of advice, man. Maybe something you've learned or something you've heard. What's your best golden nugget, your best piece of advice for a young aspiring entrepreneur?
I would say, really, some things sound cliche sometimes. It sounds real cliche, but be yourself. Be your authentic self. I feel like that is what really has made the big difference with anything. I could be just a regular roofing company, and not really do like certain things that we're doing. Like we're doing conferences, all across the United States. We're doing speaking events in Canada, things like that. But I really feel like the main reason why that's happening, even interviewing with you right now, is just because I was being myself. So when I was working with my old company, I was like, hey, I can do marketing too. I wish you would never talk about that. Only do sales. Just focus on that, But then now I'm doing marketing. People know me mostly for marketing, because I'm being myself. And then also, even like with the songs, like say every single day, I made the song because, like I said, I did music before, so I'm being myself. So I just incorporated my natural talents into what I'm doing. And also, I guess, don't make whatever you're doing like roofing, because no one wakes up to say, I want to be a roofer. But it's not supposed to be a graveyard for your dreams. It's supposed to help edify your dreams, help, be a dream facilitator. So just make sure that what you're doing is fun, is being authentic, because that way you're able to help other people. So I feel like with me, I'm able to be authentic. Sometimes people want to see just the results, but they don't really know why they're doing it. I want 1 million followers. I want 1 million views. And it's like, why, So like, I feel like once you're yourself, you're being authentic, you kind of have your whys, why you're doing it. And it helps you out a lot more. So for instance, if you want to be like Roofs by Don, you don't necessarily, there can't be another Roofs by Don. I got that part already. That part's already taken. Yep. But you can be the next you. So like, if you like to do fishing, you can start showing on your social media pages, you can start showing fishing, and then show some roofs. And then all of a sudden you're going to get your own following where people, I saw you catch that snapper. How about that 50 square roof though? And now you're the Fisher roofer. So it's just about being yourself, and that's how you're going to be able to be authentic, because then you can talk about that all day, because it's what you want to talk about, it's what you're actually interested in. And then I feel like when you tie it into your business, then you're able to get your own tribe of people that generally like you and follow you and support you, and then you're good.
I love that. So I could be Randy the Roofer.
Of course.
Here it comes.
Really, you heard it here first. You have your start, build, grow. So
man, we wrote the book and did
right
the
now.
thing, right? And we're on the Start, Build, Grow show right now. It all correlates. We got the Roofing Academy where we coach and mentor contractors all the way from $0 to $10 million. and help them along their journey, build all the systems and processes and build a community around all that. So, you know, we're executing, man. I'm inspired by you. I appreciate it. And hey, for those of you who are watching, who are listening, I need you to do me a favor. Okay. I need you, whether if you're driving, pull over right now. This is really important. Click the video, go down and the little subscription button, click that subscribe button. That's what we need
subscribe button
from you today. Subscribe to the show.
Yep.
Connect with my man, Roofs by Don, on all the social media platforms. Check out his music video every single day. It was epic. Like it's in my head. I can't get it out.
So the word is, when you play that song in the car, big squares appear.
Yes.
So once they play that, they're gonna start seeing the 100 square houses and things like that.
Yep, it's magical. You play it, and then all of a sudden, boom! You now got on the biggest roof in the neighborhood. All right, brother. Hey, it's been an epic time hanging out with you. I appreciate you. God bless, and keep doing what you're doing, my man. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I need a signed version of the Start Build Grow book, so we need to have it mailed to the Roof Gallery so we can have it.
100%, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, guys.